This is the Louie T Network.
Man, I love some football. Man, I love some football. My favorite week is week 1, cause I'm watching football. First comes the preseason, and I don't take a day off. And then it gets even better when your team makes the playoffs. 32 teams go hard for one thing. They work for one thing. That Super Bowl ring. 32 teams go hard for one thing. They work for one thing. That Super Bowl ring. We in the lab room.
Who else could it be but your man, Louie T? Welcome. You are in the lab room. Of course, I'm your host, Louie T. Welcome to the program. It's week number 2 in the National Football League. The Oakland Raiders at home versus the Houston Texans in what was supposed to be the Matt Shaw Bowl. Dum, dum, dum. But it turned out to be the Carr Bowl, where Derek Carr was supposed to be avenging his brother's NFL career against the Houston Texans. David Carr had a failed career as a #1 overall selection for the Houston Texans. He was supposed to avenge his brother as an Oakland Raider. This was going to be great theater. The Raiders were going to show up after a tough loss on the road against the Jets. They were supposed to come home and get it done against the Texans. Except somebody forgot to tell the Texans that the Raiders were having a home opener and that it was a rare sellout for the Raiders and that they were supposed to be able to win this game. Somebody forgot to give the Texans that memo. So we get to the game, Texans show up, and right out of the gate, you knew this was going to be tough for the Raiders. Arian Foster was on. And when I mean on, he was giving it to him from the jump. Gets the football on the opening possession, and he is just shredding this Raiders defense. And you knew it's going to be a long one. You got a Snickers, it's going to be a while. And I said, oh man, this isn't good. This isn't good at all. And he got down to the 1-yard line on about a 27, 30-yard run where he splits the defense. I didn't even know he still had that gear in him to run by defenders as if they were standing still. Gets down to the 1-yard line. After it was ruled a touchdown, they overturned it, said he was down at the 1. And J.J. Watt gets involved as he fakes the block, goes to the corner. Nobody picks him up. Easy touchdown toss from Ryan Fitzpatrick to J.J. Watt. Let me salute you for your first NFL touchdown, big fella. It's 7-0, Texans up in this game. Raiders look to respond. Derek Carr takes his team all the way down the field. They get to about the 30-yard line. He sees Michael Rivera on the post. What he doesn't see is Jonathan Joseph right there with him. He steps in front of the football, picks it off, takes it all the way back down the field, and puts the Houston Texans in scoring position. They don't waste any time getting into the end zone. Next thing you know, it's 14-0 in this game. Texans tack on another field goal. And this is when you know you're the Raiders. This is when you know things just don't go right for you. And you find and create ways to lose ball games. Check this out. James Jones catches a pass. Nice back shoulder throw by the 4-car. And James Jones catches the football, is being tackled. As he's being tackled and escorted out of bounds, he fumbles the football. Well, he realizes that he's put it down on the carpet, so he runs from out of bounds, back in bounds, reestablishes himself in the field of play, scoops the football up, and and he's off to the races. He's going towards the end zone. It's looking like this is going to be a perfect scenario for the Raiders. What could have been a disaster is now turning into a huge play for them. He's going towards the red zone. He's inside the 15-yard line, and boopski! He fumbles the ball on second time on the same play. Who does that? Who? Look, after I fumble the first time, I'm going to make sure I don't fumble again on the same play. Who does that? James Jones does that. More importantly, the Oakland Raiders. They do that. And so, of course, Texans recover on the 1-yard line. You got to be kidding me. That's just one of the many turnovers. I believe they had 4 in this game. And they, like I said, they created ways to turn it over. Derek Carr on a red zone pick. You got that fumble by James Jones. Then you get another fumble by Michael Rivera. Catches a pass. And I thought the broadcast team made a great point by saying, it's not like the Texans are stripping them of the football. Like they're being aggressive and going for the football. The Raiders are just not protecting the football. They're just coughing it up. And Michael Rivera, right by the sideline, as he's being tackled, boop, ball comes out, cookies. Come on, give him up. Yum, yum, eat him up. Yum, yum, eat him up. Give me them cookies, boy. Ball comes out, Texans recover. It was just that type of day for the Raiders. And I think Uncle Charles Woodson, summed it up at the end of the game when he said, we suck. I think that's very apt. I think that basically sums up where the Raiders are right now, because I expected them to put up much more of a fight in this game. I actually picked them to win this game. And for them to come out and lay an egg the way that they did, and for the Texans to dominate them. Arian Foster had a huge game on the ground. They couldn't stop Andre Johnson. Ryan Fitzpatrick, they made him look like a bona fide Pro Bowl player in this league. They just couldn't do anything right defensively. Offensively, they couldn't get out of their own way. They would turn over the football. It was a mess for the Oakland Raiders. And right now, the Oakland Raiders are a mess as they lose this football game 30-14. On the bright side, Derek Carr had a solid game. He wasn't egregious. Had a 41-yard run, so he's mobile. I guess that's something that you can hang your hat on, I guess. But Texans go to 2-0 on the season. Big win for the Texans on the road. Look, I don't know what this means for the Houston Texans. I don't know if this means that they're a good team this year. Remember, they started the season off 0-2 last year and then proceeded to lose 14 straight games. I don't think this team is that team, but I will say this much. I don't know if this team is good enough to contend in the AFC South or not. I just know that right now they're winning the turnover battle in every game. They won it against the Redskins. They won it again against the Raiders. If they can continue to win the turnover battle, that is a winning formula for this team to continue to win football games on a weekly basis. Keep in mind, Ryan Fitzpatrick is your quarterback. I know I said that before. I'm saying it again. He will turn the football over. So if you can have Arian Foster run the football the way he's been running it the first 2 weeks, and you can create turnovers the way you have the first 2 weeks, you will continue to find yourself in ball games, if not winning them, because that is a winning formula in the National Football League. Texans 2-0, Raiders now 0-2 on the season. And honestly, I don't know when you get your first win. You got the Patriots coming up this weekend in New England. Good luck with that one. So that'll do it for this breakdown of Raiders hosting the Texans. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the lab room. I thank you for joining me. I've got plenty more games to break down in week number 2 of the National Football League. Come back and join me. I'll be here breaking them down. Hope to see you then. Be back in a bit.